Assalamu alaikum. I am Varda Khalid and today we are going to study varicella zoster. This virus is also called herpes zoster or human herpes virus 3. This virus causes two major diseases. Varicella, also called chickenpox, it occurs usually in childhood, and zoster, it also called shingles, it occurs later in life. Shingles is the reactivation of an earlier varicella infection. Zoster means girdle from the characteristic rash that form a belt around the thorax in many patients. Now we will study its pathogenesis. Varicella zoster virus infect mucosa of the upper respiratory tract and then spread via blood to skin. There vascular rash occur. Replication occur in the regional lymphoid tissue. Infected mononuclear cell take virus to skin where lesions form. Immunity is usually lifelong. A person gets varicella only once, but zoster can occur despite this immunity to varicella. Zoster occurs usually only once. The frequency of zoster increases with advancing age. Coming back toward the pathogenesis, multinucleated gained cells with intranuclear inclusions are seen at the base of lesion. The virus infects sensory neuron and carried into the cells of dorsal root ganglia where the virus became latent. In latently infected cells, VZV DNA is located in the nucleus and is not integrated into cellular DNA. Later in the life, frequently at the time of reduced cell-mediated immunity or local trauma, the virus is activated and causes the vascular skin lesions and nerve pain of zoster. The replicative cycle is similar to that of herpes simplex viruses. Now we will study its clinical spectrum. This virus is highly infectious. It is spread by respiratory aerosols or direct contact with skin lesions. Its incubation time is 10 to 21 days. During the prodromal stage, till day 10 or 12, the virus in the respiratory mucosa infect macrophages and there are no symptoms of the disease at this stage. The virus spread from lung to lymphocytes and monocytes and to the reticuloendothelial system. At this stage, the patient will likely have a malaise, rash and fever for few days. The occurrence of papillae is 10 to 23 days that are diagnostic of chickenpox. This picture reflects the rashes of shingles and the rashes caused by chickenpox. Now we will study the transmission of disease. The transmission of disease mainly occur through droplet spread, contact with ruptured papillae on the skin. The contagious period starts at about 12 to 14 days after the initial infection. The rash is most pronounced on the face, scalp and trunk and less on the limbs. This disease is more severe in older children and adults. In this case, mortality may be up to 20%. Complications due to these diseases are pneumonia, fulminant encephalitis and aseptic meningitis. Most children basically recover and some others have these complications. The prevention of the disease can be occurred by vaccination. MMR vaccine tetravalent is recommended for children. Another complication is congenital varicella syndrome. The infection in the utero during the first trimester is congenital varicella syndrome, which led to scarring of the skin of the limbs, damage to the lens, retina and brain. Most infants get maternal antibodies transplacentally and are protected from this disease. Coming toward the diagnosis, The clinical presentations of varicella or zoster are so characteristic that lab confirmations is rarely required. Virus isolation can be done in embryonic cells, but it is rarely carried out because it requires 2 to 3 weeks for results. The direct detection can be done through immunofluorescence on skin scrapings. The serological diagnostics are also available. The presence of IgM is indicative of recent primary infection, and the presence of IgG is indicative of past infection and immunity.